guys, this is Josh, and this video is going to be random quick tips. That's right, I'm going to be giving you a bunch of tips. They're all going to be random, but they're going to be helpful. First off, I want to say thank you for everybody who left us a DM on the things that they want to learn. This will be highly revolved around those questions. I'm out on a walk with Riker, and the first tip of the day is how to get that heel looking nice, how to keep your dog from continuing to push forward past your left leg. Okay, so as we're walking our dogs, we know that we want our dogs behind our left leg. Well, sometimes dogs are pushy. We all know that. Sometimes they come out in front of you. So what we want to produce is a response from our dog that if that left leg disappears, meaning they can't see it because they're ahead of it, a consequence is applied. So I'm going to set my dog up, who likes to be pushy, which Riker is. As you can see, if I slow down, he's kind of out in head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk at a kind of a brisk speed. I'm going to slow down out of nowhere, like abruptly. He's going to be out in front of me, and I'm going to correct him and then continue walking like so. Okay, as you've seen there, I was walking brisk. I slowed down. He was out in front of me because he wasn't paying attention. I corrected on the prong, put him back into heel and kept walking. And now I'm going to repeat until I get to the point where once I slow down and he doesn't see that leg, he's like, oh crap, I better back up. And he doesn't give me a chance to correct, and he stays behind my leg.
Good. Good.
Quick tip number 2, how do I get my dog to stop sniffing while I'm walking? Well, I'm here to show you the answer to that one. First thing you're gonna need to do is find a place where your dog likes to sniff while you walk. I found this patch of grass here, this bunch of grass. I'm gonna walk through the grass. As soon as my dog's head goes to sniff, I say no, and I pop firmly upwards. If you have an e-collar on as well, you can tap on the e-collar, then pop up with the prong. And you repeat, continue to walk in areas that your dog would normally like to sniff until you notice that they're no longer sniffing.
No. Heel.
As you could see there, it was a pretty firm pop, you know. I made sure that it was consequential enough to make him think twice before he sniffed. And that's the trick. Make sure when you pop, you say no, and you give a nice firm one according to your dog's size. Make sure it's appropriate, but you want to make sure that it's relevant enough to them where they say, maybe sniffing's not such a good idea. Moving right along here, how to let your dog have a break while on a structured walk. Well, first thing we like to do is stop and put our dogs into a sit, like so. Sit. Good boy. And then they patiently wait for the release word. Break. And then as you can see, we give them the length of the leash, let them use the bathroom, and we wrap it up. Once he's done using the bathroom, we use the recall command. Come, sit. Good. Once your dog's in a sit, then you take your time getting your leash back to how you want it. Wrap, 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 wrap. And then you're ready to head off again. Heel. We made it halfway through the video. Now it's time for Riggins and I to do a little speed round. Okay, here's a few very common questions. We're gonna touch on them very fast. Here we go. My dog knows place, but he keeps on breaking it. I mean, he's breaking it a lot. I mean, he's off every few minutes. Okay, here's your solution. Short answer, your consequences aren't valuable enough to the dog, meaning the consequences aren't firm enough in order for the dog to say, I don't think it's worth getting off the bed. Little extra quick tips for you. Here's what you need to do. Put your dog on the place bed, keep a leash on the dog, put the leash on something heavy. It's called a tie back. Now we know the dog, if they do get off the bed, guess what? They're not making it very far. Why is this important? Because if they get away and go get rewarded, it's gonna work against you. Now here's what you do. You find a trigger that's gonna get your dog to make the mistake. Yes, that's right, you get your dog to make the mistake. Meaning you're setting your dog up to step off the bed. Get a little squeaky toy or something, you know, knock on the door, throw some food on the ground, whatever it may be. Dog steps off the bed, you're gonna give the dog a nice, healthy correction on the e-collar. If you're wondering what level, then the dog who's got an average sensitivity to the collar, we usually use 75. This is how we clean up their act on the place bed. Once they're doing better, we'll turn it down. Okay, my dog knows sit or my dog knows down, but they do it really, really slow. How can I speed it up? This one, no surprise, comes down to consequences as well. Actually, it really comes down to motivation. What you'll notice is if you have a treat that your dog wants, the sit's gonna be very fast. But as soon as there's no treat involved, the sit's gonna be very slow. Why is this? Because your dog's not motivated to sit or down, so therefore they're taking their time if they even do it at all. Now there's only two types of motivation, guys, remember this. The motivation to earn, that's the cookie, or the motivation to avoid, that's the correction. So if we want our dogs to listen without a bribe of a cookie, then we need to give a consequence. And here's how we speed up any command. This doesn't just go for sit and down. This can be recall, this can be place, this can be any command. You give the command, you wait a 1 Mississippi, and if the dog does not respond, you give a firm consequence, then ask again. Now I prefer to use the prong collar with this because it's very directional, so check it out. Sit, 1 Mississippi. Good, now let's try that again. Break. Sit. Good boy, much faster. Couple other common things I hear. Should I be feeding my dog or should I have him free fed? Absolutely feed your dog on a routine and a schedule because the person who's in control of the resources is very important. You can also use your sit stay that you just learned to get your dog to wait for the food. Check it out. Sit. Good. If he gets up when I put this down, it's a no. I'll pop on the collar and remind him to sit. This is how we hold them accountable for their commands. Offers it down, that's fine. Break. How do I get my dog to calm down around the house? They're absolutely insane 24/7, in play mode, in go mode, excited, driving me nuts, and I cannot get them to relax. Okay, I got a really simple answer for you. Bonker and place. Down. Good boy. Magic. In all seriousness though, guys, the bonker is a fantastic tool to eliminate arousal. Check out our YouTube video on it. I believe it's just labeled bonker, or how to eliminate arousal through the bonker, something like that. It's a quick demonstration on how to use it. Remember, arousal is the enemy, and calmness is our friend. Until next time, guys, this was Josh and Riker. Thank you very much. Remember, it's not rocket science, it's common sense. We'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, it's a good boy. That's a good boy. Ew. Ew.